Well, Scott, thank you so much for talking with us. To start us off, would you tell us your name and what the words that best describe the kind of music, the kind of art that you make?
Well, my name is Scott Leonard Bazar, and I'm kind of always seeking sound. And sometimes it takes the form of something that can be described as this music or that music, but to me it all feels the same. And but yeah, definitely I tend to go more for sound or sound art.
Excellent.
Yep.
And when did you first start working with S.C.A.M.S?
Oh gosh, well, I guess I've known Justin now for about 8 years or so, and he used to run the Zen Garden out in Panama City Beach, and for years in Panama City downtown, I'd bring in performers who were traveling and playing this kind of music, and then I'd host them down there at the Zen Garden, and he got very inspired, and he started helping out. And then when he moved to Tallahassee, he met people that wanted to help him facilitate it, and then S.C.A.M.S was born.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
what do you think is the best thing that S.C.A.M.S does for artists?
Um, get them moving. Yeah, and get the art, inertia. Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about art inertia. Why do you think artists get stuck there sometimes?
Because, well, yeah, so much art is commodified, and culture is seen as like some kind of selling point that where places to play are, there's very few, because a lot of people are perceived as like this will scare their crowd away and stuff. And so a lot of the bars and some galleries and stuff, they won't touch it, but that's only because people aren't familiar with it. If it's like, like Franklin doesn't get scared, but it's because he's around it all the time, and I think people would be the same way. I don't know. So this events like this kind of help, say, hey, this isn't some, esoteric freaking thing to be afraid of, but a joy to be embraced.
Have you performed in all 3 iterations of Noise Feast?
Yes, yeah, I've been very lucky too thus far, yeah.
Excellent. What's your favorite thing you've done for Noise Feast?
Oh gosh, I'd have to say, it almost feels unfair right when I try to make a, but one of them was, I did this like chessboard game piece for these LED puppets I made that the sound of the lights interact through AM radios, and so I opened the game up to have everybody just roll the dice and place the puppets on different things, and they created this giant noise piece. And just seeing everybody like they were like kids, discovering things, and it's like, yeah, that's the kind of moment I want to share, like how I felt when I discovered that. And, but I always look forward to playing or presenting work, but there's always that component of when it communicates beyond just the exhibition of that, and it involves people and ideas and inspires them. That's like the real gold. I don't know.
Excellent. What do you think Noise Feast brings to Tallahassee that makes Tallahassee special?
Oh gosh, it shows a very diverse culture, and kind of like changes the perception of what a festival can be, like, because you don't know what to expect, because it's like not just all noise, and you got a mix of improvisation, and you have like just straight up harsh noise wall, then you can have some funk bands we heard, and folk bands, or just performance art. And that's one of the things I always loved about the different noise fests I'd go to, is like, because it wasn't always just all noise, and I'm going to learn something or see something I've never seen before, and that's to be expected.
Well, I've got to, of course, ask about Franklin here. What role does Franklin play in your creative process?
Tolerance. Yeah. But no, he yeah. If anything, so like he stuck with me, and so he gets me to stop working on stuff, and I take him for the walk, and then I start thinking about things. But yeah, he's I don't know. I guess keeps me human.
Franklin, do you have anything you'd like to add? I think he's good. He's tired too after 36
Yeah,
hours.
the laryngitis.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, and then
Scott, anything else you'd like to leave for the people at home?
Oh gosh. Yeah, don't be afraid to listen to your inner voice, unless you have schizophrenia. Yeah.
Right on. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you.